What is going on, good life forms? I don't want to say just people, because I mean, I don't know. Your dog might be watching, your pet monkey might be watching, you might have your goldfish watching. I don't know. And I don't want to leave them out. I don't want to do that because that would be a bad thing to do. Anyway, welcome to the Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast, episode 9. We've been on for a while. We had some things that come up. We had to deal with them things that come up, and now they not up, they down. So we good. We good. But anyway, let's jump.
Bro,
I'm,
you still sick? Like you been sick for I know at least like 3 weeks.
I mean, see what happens is I get sick, and then I have a cough that won't go away for like a month, and the doctor's just like, "Nah, that's fine," and I'm like, "Nah, it ain't fine." Like, I don't know where you went to medical school, but that ain't fine.
The
And
doctor like, you know what? It's just a cough, So yeah.
they they like, but are you dying though? And I'm like, I don't know. Well, then get out of here. Anyway, jumping in to the news and the rumors. We got let's start it off with the big one, that's going around. Neville walked out on Raw. There's reports that he walked out on Raw. There's reports that he never was at Raw. I don't know. The rumors are that he walked out on Raw and has requested his release because he's not happy. Kind of similar to the reason that Austin Aries left. He's not happy with his place on the card. He didn't like the fact that he was going to face Enzo for the title and lose, which I get it, but at the same time, that made me upset just because I get that some people don't like to work with Enzo, whatever, but at the end of the day, you should be working for what's best for the company and what's best for the product. And if that
Would you
means
say what's best for business?
I mean, you could say that. And if that's losing to somebody, you should, that's just me. But he wasn't happy with that. So apparently he has requested his release, which I don't know. I mean, this is the best run he's had since he's been in WWE, period. So for him to leave now, even with the Enzo stuff, I don't know. I mean, he could still, go back to PWG. He could go to Japan. He could go anywhere, really. I mean, he's young enough that he could still have a good career anywhere. You know, I mean, we might get an NXT debut of Neville Adrian. I don't know. I don't know. But DJ, thoughts on Neville walking out?
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting rumor. I don't know. I hope it's not true because I've always liked Neville. Been a fan of his since NXT. He was one of my favorite guys in NXT. I thought he was always looked at as kind of underrated. Just because no one really paid him attention. They always loved Sami Zayn and these other guys, but I didn't feel like Neville always got the credit he deserved. But I don't know. I don't necessarily agree with him leaving just because I feel like this is more common than ever. But why do you just leave when like things get hard, like things get difficult? You start to not like I hated that like I don't know, like people leave all the time from like these wrestling companies when things get hard instead of just sticking it out. And then if it's still just not what you're just not happy anymore, then you leave. Like I feel like the first time something gets a little bit difficult, people start to leave, and I think it's kind of weird. And no one criticizes them for it, and I think that's kind of unfortunate. As much as I like Neville, I think it's a kind of a dumb decision on his part to at least not stick it out, because you never know. Like I don't think Enzo. Um, I don't know. I know he's got backstage heat, but like I mean, you're not gonna like everybody anyway. So it's one of those things. There's always going to be that one guy that not a lot of people like, but I think he was doing a good job as cruiserweight champion, and we'll get to that a little bit later as well. But I think he was doing a good job as cruiserweight champion, even though he can't wrestle and uh, his promos are the same thing all the time. I feel like he was really doing a good job, to be honest. But I think it's unfortunate if Neville does leave. But I think CM Punk did say it best. The wheel still turns, even when Neville's gone. So I really can't get too down about it because it's not like I'm gonna stop watching because Neville leaves. And with all due respect to him as a worker, but I just think that's how it is. Like, I mean, people come and go all the time in any company, any sport. So I just want him to do, I guess, what's best for him. I guess I would say.
Yeah, and I mean, and a lot of guys leave WWE and do better for themselves, and some
Yeah.
come back. Like you have Drew McIntyre, who was doing nothing in WWE, and then he went to the Indies for a while, revitalized his career, and came back. Kind of the same with Cody Rhodes. He's doing awesome in the Indies now, so maybe that's what Neville needs. Anyway, next news and rumor. AJ Styles possibly injured during his U.S. title rematch on SmackDown Live. This one was pointed out to me by Amy. She thought that it looked like AJ might have been injured. I haven't actually been able to look to see if he's been injured. I haven't seen anything, but if it's true, that's unfortunate. DJ?
Yeah, I definitely agree. It's unfortunate to see an injury at any point. And oh Lord, why are videos always playing while I'm trying to talk? Dang on it! Shut up. But anyway, videos never play ever. But then when I'm trying to talk, something anyway. But it's definitely unfortunate though that if he is injured, just because he is the U.S. title, he is the U.S. champion right now. Not the physical title, he's the champion. So it would be unfortunate, but I hope not. I hope it is just a rumor. So
Yeah. Then Jimmy Jacobs has been fired from WWE because of a photo he took with the Bullet Club during the Bullet Club invasion on Raw or outside of Raw a couple weeks ago that he posted on his Instagram. This I was really upset about. I mean, I get, the whole their rival company, whatever. WWE has, sent a cease and desist to the Young Bucks for using the Too Sweet, whatever. Just a picture from guys he used to work with that he happened to see outside, really. And the best people that they have on the creative team. Now, to fire him, that's just shooting yourself in the foot. I don't know. I think it was a dumb decision. Probably from Vince McMahon overreacting like he always does. But hopefully Jimmy finds another job somewhere. Because I feel like he does have a good mind for wrestling and the creative side. So hopefully he, finds work in another promotion somewhere. Maybe goes back to Ring of Honor and works for them. But yeah, it just kind of sucks that they fired him for a picture. DJ?
yeah, I agree. I think you're at least owed a warning. That like I understand WWE being upset about it and not wanting him to do it. But if he doesn't know that it's wrong for him to go out and see his friends and want to take a picture with his friends, then I don't really know how you can fire him. I feel like it's kind of unfair. On the cease and desist thing, that also I think could have been on this list as well. I I feel like that's dumb too because I always feel like WWE always wants to get on people about stuff that they didn't even make popular. Like I'm surprised they haven't tried to like sue the Young Bucks for the super kicks because Shawn Michaels, made it famous or something. I always hate that because I was talking to a friend of mine. I think I talked to Casey about it as well, and it kind of just it doesn't make any sense for them to do that in the first place. Just because they didn't give two craps about the Too Sweet in the very beginning. Like no one was even using it really. Like it was kind of just an inside thing with the Click that they didn't even really use in the ring or in storyline or anything anyway. So I don't know why it's even an issue. But on this, I just think it's kind of dumb that they would do this to him, just because what if he just didn't know? Like I feel like he at least is owed a warning, in my opinion.
Yeah. And then this next one is a little bit more in depth, so bear with me.
Bear with me.
Bear with me. Do it. Ricochet may finally be coming to the WWE eventually. Ricochet and his tag team partner Taguchi dropped their IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team titles, and after the show, Ricochet proceeded to basically give a farewell speech to fans and to New Japan in his post-match interview that they always do. This means that he no longer holds any major titles in any independent promotions. It was reported that Ricochet is going to finish up dates with New Japan and other various promotions in the coming months, and then go to WWE. Unfortunately, contract issues with Lucha Underground will most likely postpone his signing with WWE right away, since even though his contract with Lucha Underground ended in June, he is on a no-compete clause until the end of Lucha Underground Season 3 on October 18th, then 90 days after that, which means he cannot compete on any televised promotion until at least January 17th of 2018. That kind of sucks, but we may eventually get Ricochet finally in WWE. I know he teased it back in July when he posted a picture of him and Triple H from, I think, 2004. So possibly getting Ricochet finally in WWE. Unfortunately, we'll have to wait at least until January 17th. But if it happens, I think it'll be worth the wait if they use him right. But DJ?
Well, the cool thing about that is that's around the Royal Rumble time. I don't know when exactly the Royal Rumble is
Yeah.
right offhand, but I think it's got to be close to that. So that would be really cool, a really cool entrant in the Royal Rumble for this year. I'm excited to, I hope he does come to WWE because I'm definitely excited. I'm glad that indie guys are feeling like they're kind of welcome in WWE now. Like I think that's definitely something that we've seen change with NXT being what NXT is, and I think it's definitely cool. Like it's definitely cool to see. I wonder if they'll keep his name. I know he's popular, but you never know with WWE on that regard as well. So I'd definitely like to see him in the Royal Rumble. I mean, just overall, I guess.
Yeah. And finally, Madison Rayne has apparently been seen at the WWE Performance Center. I mean, that's cool. It's hard for me to get excited about this just because we haven't seen her wrestle in a while. So, like, I wasn't even sure if she still was wrestling, if she was just injured for a while, really what's going on. But I think that would be definitely cool if she, was at the Performance Center. Maybe, they have an interest in her. I don't know. It'll be kind of interesting too because she's dating, either dating or married or engaged. I don't know. Oh, yeah, married to Josh Matthews, and he's still employed with GFW. So that would be interesting. I know, like Laurel is dating Zack Ryder, so that kind of similar, but that that would be interesting to see her in WWE. I think she definitely she's one of them that definitely deserves it. She's been in the business long enough, and she kind of was in that beginning of the knockouts division in TNA. So that would be pretty cool if she, even if she was just there, if they just hired her as like a trainer, that would be pretty cool. DJ?
Yeah, I definitely agree. I'm excited to see whatever they do with her. She would be a good um, addition to the women's division. I've loved what she's done in TNA. I think she was one of the better members of the Beautiful People. I know we're not all fans of Velvet Sky, but I do enjoy. I'm see, and now when that happens, I think it's my computer. But but I I know we're not all fans of Velvet Sky, but I've always liked, especially Angelina Love and Madison Rain. So I definitely hope that she, you know, does do something with WWE. I think it would be cool if she's in the Performance Center. That could either be in a training aspect or be in an actual getting ready for in-ring competition type aspect. So I'm excited. And I also kind of want to see what that would do with Josh Matthews because you know, it might honestly. I think it may even help a relationship to not be on the road with your spouse for that long because I feel like sometimes, especially in the wrestling business that travels as much as wrestling does, not necessarily impacted because they don't travel as much, but still like you're around each other a lot, and it's not always a good thing to work with your spouse, so it might not even change anything, to be honest. But I want to see what they're gonna do with Madison Rain, whatever it is.
All right. And moving on to the top 5 botches / funny moments brought to you by DJ Beal.
Let's jump right into these top 5 botches and funny moments, good people. Starting with Titus O'Neil just being hilarious. Somebody should push this man. I'm just saying that they should. His segment with Elias was amazing. I loved it. Him coming out playing the doggone banjo and really not really looking like he knew what he was doing. But it was funny though. And then and not Kalisto, but then Apollo Crews came out, and I'm like, that poor man. Somebody help this man, please. Like, I still love him, but they don't do nothing with this man. It's a shame. Um, but Casey, thoughts on Titus O'Neil being hilarious, and that man needs a push fast.
This was great. I mean, I love that he comes out with the banjo, and he's like, you know what? I got a song too, and he starts trying to sing and trying to play the banjo. I was like, bruh, somebody take that banjo from that man. Somebody please take that from him. And then poor Apollo Crews. I'm surprised he hasn't asked for his release because like they took what they done with Neville and did even less with Apollo. Like they took Neville's original run and took away from it and gave that to Apollo. Like, bruh.
And the Titus brand has not helped Apollo at all because
it hasn't. No.
At least Tozawa got a title run out of it.
Like yeah.
Like, I don't understand, man. But anyway, moving on to our next funny moment / botch is Enzo Amore's title run being kind of nixed and ended prematurely for Kalisto to become champion. I mean, TLC is like what, 2 weeks away, maybe 3. They could have waited at least. But like I felt like Enzo was doing a good job as champion. I know we're supposed to hate Enzo because he can't wrestle and he's talking is talking and he say the same stuff all the time. But like he was doing a good job as a heel. I like him making fun of the cruiserweight division. His banter with Kurt Angle was great, and I didn't think he was putting on terrible matches, to be honest. Now he wasn't wrestling on a weekly basis, which is honestly a good thing. I love how someone would come up and be like, "Oh, yeah, because he sucks and he don't need to wrestle every week. He can't wrestle it, bruh." Like it's good that he's not wrestling every week because we always talk about the oversaturation of these guys wrestling the same people every single week, and at least with Enzo, regardless of if it's because he can't wrestle or not, my thing is he's not wrestling the same guy every week, so you kind of don't get bored with it. And I was liking Enzo. I don't know what he was doing on 205 Live because I haven't watched it, but still. But Casey, thoughts on Kalisto being your new cruiserweight champion and Enzo's run unfortunately coming to an end?
Yeah. I also have to catch up on 205 Live. More so for Jack Gallagher's heel run because I haven't seen that yet, but it looks good.
Yeah, full heel though?
What?
You like full heel now?
I don't know. I think so. I don't know. He a bad guy though. Yeah, they dropped it way too soon. He was doing really good with his heel run. And even if they were going to make him drop the title. I love Kalisto, I do. But I think they should have at least given the title to somebody that was in the dang CWC. Bruh, you signed all these guys and you're doing nothing with them. They're not even sniffing the title. But you give it to a guy who's on the main roster before this and, has been here since way before the Cruiserweight Classic. Like, what was the point of signing all these guys from the Cruiserweight Classic if you're not even going to give them a hint at the title? It doesn't make sense to me. I don't know. It's just dumb.
Speaking of things that don't make sense, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn's locker room was shown well before their promo to know that they were actually, like they were actually working together. Because we talked about it on the review, the Hell in a Cell review, where it was kind of like Sami Zayn was like, "What did I just do?" And then they do this, and you like kind of already know like what's going on. But anyway, I don't know. I just thought that was kind of weird. I know Casey thought it was kind of weird too. Thoughts, Casey?
Yeah, I thought it was dumb. Just like you said before that, we weren't sure because even after Hell in a Cell, you could see that look on Sammy's face where he was like, "What did I just do?" Blah blah blah. And Kevin Owens didn't know why he did it. So they should have built that suspense up until after the segment and then maybe show their locker room later. Like, I think it was bad timing that they did. But it wasn't the worst thing on the show, so it was just a little bit weird.
Gotcha. Alrighty, moving on to Bobby Roode and Dolph Ziggler's botched promo where Bobby Roode forgot his promo. I didn't see this. I heard about this, but I didn't actually get to see it. I'm sure it was terrible. I'm sure it was bad. And it's funny because I didn't hear a lot of criticism of Bobby Roode on this. Now I haven't physically looked, but I guarantee if a guy like Roman Reigns, for example, forgot his lines, we'd never hear the end of it. So where Bobby Roode's criticism at though? Like I'm sure that was a little bit of criticism on the internet, but still, like if Roman did it, it would have been trending that he forgot it. Like it would have been trending. But anyway, sorry, I'm just a big Roman fan, is all. Casey, Roode and Ziggler's botched promo. Tell me about it. What you thought of it, at least.
Yeah, it was awkward. It was poorly scripted, but it wasn't terrible on Bobby Roode's side. I mean, he did just forget like a small part of his promo, but the fact that he forgot any of it. Because he's usually really good on the mic. Like, I don't think we've ever seen, even in his, TNA days, I don't think we've ever seen him botch a promo. He's usually really good on the mic, so I don't know what happened there. But it was definitely awkward. I don't know if they just don't work well together, like promo-wise, because some guys just don't work well together in promos, but can put on really good matches together. So that might have been it. It could have just been a writing thing where they weren't comfortable with the promo. I don't know. It came off as awkward to me.
Alrighty, and the last of the top 5 funny moments and botches is during Hispanic Heritage Month, WWE did not honor Eddie Guerrero, which is fine when it's not his 50th birthday. Come on, WWE. They honor this man all the time. They can't even honor the man on his birthday. Come on, WWE. Casey, you got a little more details than I do. Inform the peoples.
Yeah, so Monday, WWE honored Andres Cantor, who is an Argentine sportscaster. He's the guy that's known for yelling "Go!" At soccer games. For Hispanic Heritage Month, they honored him, which is great. That's fine. They could have done that. But then you realize that Monday was also Eddie Guerrero's 50th birthday. And I'm like, bruh, they barely even said anything about Eddie Guerrero. I'm just saying, like, come on. I don't know. I think they should have. I would have honored Eddie. And it's weird. We've talked about this too with in the past with Spanish Heritage Month. I think we did it with Black History Month too, one year, where they don't honor people that they have worked for WWE. It's always outside people, which is great, but I just think it's weird for guys who helped build your company. Honor them too. It's just, I don't know why they didn't honor Eddie Guerrero, especially on his birthday. Like, come on. But anyway, moving on, I suppose, to the top 5 instant classic moments of the week. Let's jump right into it. We got the Usos and New Day SmackDown Live segment with the Hype Bros, Gable and Benjamin, Breezango, and the Ascension all coming out and basically saying what we've been saying forever, which is that it's always the same 2 teams going for the titles, and no one else is, even in the picture. This basically set up a fatal 4-way to decide the Usos' number 1 contenders, which was just terribly predictable. I don't think anyone thought that Gable and Benjamin wouldn't win. I was hoping it would be somebody else. I was hoping it would be a surprise and be, Breezango or the Ascension or something. But what a surprise. It wasn't. DJ, thoughts on the segment?
Yeah, I liked it. I enjoyed it. I thought it was funny on the Usos and the New Day's part. I love the Usos just kind of picking apart the whole rest of the tag team division. And when they got to Breezango, friggin' or I think what do they call him? Breeze Dango or something. When they got to them, the New Day were like, nah, Breezango's cool. I thought that was freaking hilarious. I just love the Ascension being out there, and some of these other tag teams that we're not used to seeing in the title picture being out there. Yeah, the match was overly predictable, but still, I was kind of disappointed in the finish. But we'll get to that a little bit later too. But I don't know.
Yeah. And then we got the Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn segment. I liked it. It worked out really well. The whole explanation of why Sami did what he did. I like I said, was saying to DJ before we went on air, I like that it's not, typical heel that hates the fans, whatever. He's just, basically disgruntled. He's done everything. He's been a nice guy. He's done everything he was supposed to do, and he never got the respect he deserves. So now he's, gonna basically do what Kevin does, and you know, take what he thinks he deserves, take the respect he deserves. Um, I just hope this doesn't turn into an Owens Jericho best friend storyline part 2, because WWE would probably do that. Yeah.
I thought about that when I saw it too.
DJ, thoughts on the segment?
Yeah, I thought it was good. I liked it. Like I like the explanation as well. I like Sami Zayn kind of his whole explanation around why he did what he did. Um, I still feel like that they kind of, not to say they needed to even wait a week to do it. I just think that, you know, I'm surprised at first they didn't kind of go with like, well, I guess they kind of did, didn't they? They kind of did go with a kind of like, I wasn't sure about what I was doing. Like, so I did kind of like it. I still got to get used to Sami Zayn like being some sort of a heel. I just think right now it's weird because I'm not used to seeing it. You're so used to seeing Sami Zayn be happy-go-lucky. And even in this segment, like, I'm waiting for him to like smile, like, good old Sami Zayn, and he didn't, and it was kind of weird. So I guess that's something I'm gonna have to just get used to, I guess.
For me, what was weird that is he still has the same music, he still has the same entrance.
They won't change it.
I'm like, but ain't you mad though? Like, then we got the Cruiserweights Raw main event, which was awesome, and they should have been doing this a long time ago. A long time ago. Why this only the first time that they had the Cruiserweights in the main event? Why? Bro, why? DJ?
Yeah, I didn't actually. I never got the chance to watch this match. I'm going to at some point when I freaking get a chance to sit down and watch it. But what really got me excited, even not even watching it, was the fact that they were going to put the cruiserweights in the main event. And like everybody's so against Enzo, but Enzo's the first guy who could get them in the main event. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. He's the first guy that could say this title is legit enough and this title's legit enough for us to be in the main event. Like I just thought that was really cool. Like I like the way he did that, the way he spun it. Even though he did lose, I think it was really cool. His reactions when he got announced it was gonna be a lumberjack match, but just happy that it was in the main event because I think you know we've always talked about like how we always get these random matches in the main event, or these random segments in the main event, or even on a pay-per-view we get these random matches on the actual show, and the cruiserweight matches are always kind of stuck somewhere else. So like I think this was kind of the finally moment where where we actually finally got they finally made the right decision.
Yeah. Then we have the 2 Hell in a Cell matches at Hell in a Cell. Both of them were awesome. Obviously, to me, I think the tag team one was a little bit better. But anytime you have Shane McMahon in a Hell in a Cell match, it's going to be good anyway. DJ, thoughts on the 2 matches?
Yeah, I definitely enjoyed the 2 matches. We did a review on this, so I'm not gonna talk about them too much, but I definitely thought that they were really good. I love the tag team match. I love kind of the uniqueness of the tag team match, not only it being a tag team match, but some of the things they did within the match I thought was really good. And then obviously Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn, not Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens versus Shane McMahon with Sami Zayn coming in was really cool too. I know Brandon had predicted that Sami Zayn was going to interfere, but I don't think any of us really felt like he was actually going to. So when he did, it was just really cool. But I like them both. Like I just thought they were good. Hell in a Cell usually, for the most part, is usually always good.
Yeah. And then finally, and probably the biggest instant classic moment of the week, I think we can both agree, was the Shield reunion. I was definitely excited for it, kind of to see what they would do. Um, they, took out the Miz and the Miz Taraj. They took out Braun. Did they take anybody else out? I forgot. I know.
Um,
I remember the Miz Taraj and Braun.
yeah, I think that was it.
Yeah, but definitely excited. I want to see what they do with them. And hey, what a surprise! People care about Roman now, bruh. DJ.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll get to that in a little bit too. But I I like this. I thought it was really really cool. Having the Shield back, kind of having them come back, and come out together with the Shield. They had the matching shirts, um, and everything. Man, I just thought it was really cool. I really like them killing Braun. I just think it made them look like they're a legitimate unit, kind of a well-oiled machine again. The one thing that kind of caught me off guard, and I don't know if this is a good thing or it's a bad thing, it kind of shows how much the all three of these guys have grown. But then again, it kind of makes them look like they're just three individuals. During the promo, like it just felt like it was just, it didn't feel like it was the Shield. It felt like it was Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, and Seth Rollins. If that makes sense, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
And it may just be because they kind of grown on their own as singles guys, and putting them back together is going to take some time for them to like mesh well again. Just because before we didn't know their individual characters. We just kind of knew them as these three guys who come out and beat up people. So I want to see where that's going to go in the coming weeks too.
yeah,
And we got a TLC match with them.
true. Uh, I also thought it was weird that at first they came out with their individual shirts on, and then later they came out with the Shield shirts, and I was like,
Yeah.
so like you just changed and happened to have the shirts back there, but like you didn't have the bow. Like how that work though? Oh, you got
Yeah, they kind of like came out with their own music and everything at first. Yeah.
and they got the t-shirt pressed back there. That's what it was. So, yeah, they quick dropped the design. They were like, okay,
I think they should have. Well, they didn't really have an old shirt, did they? They just had the jackets. I forgot about the vest. Never mind.
well, there is the old uh Shield shirt, the Hounds of
Yeah,
Justice.
I know it's the old shirt, but I was thinking like I don't think they actually had a shirt. They actually wore a shirt out at any point.
Yeah, I think they should have Roman Reigns or Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins should have come out in like the old. I was gonna say Roman Reigns, but he ain't never changed. I'm just saying.
True. True.
The same thing. But yeah, hopefully they do something like that, kind of get them to make them feel like the Shield again. Because I know what you were saying with the whole it's the Shield, but it doesn't feel like the Shield yet. It just feels like three individual guys now, just because they've changed so much.
Yeah.
But anyway, moving on to our new segment, we took out the thing with the wait, is it Overaction Friday? No, it's not.
It is first, but it's okay. I got you. I got you, bro.
Well, that's not how we had it originally. We had
It
the
is how we had it originally.
it's not though.
I've had this thing has been saved forever,
It's not though.
so it is. But you keep going. You keep doing what you do.
Not though. Anyway, we're gonna kind of throw the NXT review in here. More so highlights. We're not gonna go through the whole show, obviously, but each week we'll kind of talk about highlights that we liked from the show. For me, and I think for DJ too, I really liked Velveteen Dream versus Lio Rush. We finally got to see Lio Rush actually perform in a WWE ring, and I thought it was a good match. You know, we got to see the kind of speed and agility of Lio Rush in the beginning. Then the power of Velveteen Dream came in. I think we all knew Velveteen Dream was going to win anyway. But it's definitely a good match. And I like the continued storyline between I'm still gonna call him CFO. I'm not gonna call him the Undisputed Era. That's stupid. And Sanity. I like that during the triple threat match with Nikki Cross. They CFO came out with Taynara Conti. I was a little confused because I was like, why are they coming out with Taynara Conti? Like it was just it felt weird to me. It felt random, but it's still they're still getting in the minds of Sanity, trying to kind of play mind games with them. So that made sense. It just I wasn't sure why they picked Taynara Conti. And no, nothing wrong with her. It's just it didn't feel like there was anything specifically special about her in this storyline. But yeah, what did you think of either any of those or any other things you like from NXT?
Yeah, I definitely like Nikki Cross's new music. Like we talked about this before with Sanity, where it was Killian Dane that kind of got his own music, but nobody else did. And I like that it's new, but it's the same at the same time. Like it's Sanity's music, but they add a little twist to it for every individual member. And I like that. Like I like that they do that. And I like that kind of the original Sanity music is for the whole group. I felt like for some reason Liv Morgan's character feels different now. I don't know if you feel like that,
Yeah.
being that you're a big fan, but like for some reason it just doesn't feel as like New York, the New Yorker type thing she was doing, the rapper type thing. I don't know what exactly to call it, but like it feels different. She feels more normal, I guess now. I don't know why, but she does. I like the kind of the new member of CFO. I think that's kind of cool. I really like you said, I was a little taken aback the new member just because I don't know, it's just kind of weird. Like you expect somebody from the Indies who had been in Ring of Honor or somebody who would like have the same connection to them that Kyle Fish and O'Reilly, or Cole Fish and O'Reilly, I should say, have together. So like I did think it was kind of weird. I kind of forgot her name for a second too when I was watching the show. And then with the Velveteen Dream and Lio Rush, I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. It was kind of unfortunate that it was a jobber match, but still, it was decent. I liked it. I don't know why the Velveteen Dream is so good at this character. Like why? Like why this man so good at this character? Like bruh. And I feel like he's always growing every single week. Like he's doing a good job with it. He's pushing it as far as he can push it. He's everything that he does, like it just continues to build on that character, and I like it. And I like that he's going after kind of the serious Aleister Black as well. And then you also kind of forget how big he is. Like he's a big dude. Now it may have been because he was in the ring with Lio Rush, who's a small fella. But still, like friggin' Patrick Clark is big. Like he's a big dude. Like he's like, what is he, like 6'3"? Like he's a big guy though. And I think you forget about that. Like I don't know if it's because he's going up against Aleister Black, he looks a little smaller just because Aleister Black is relatively tall, but I think they're close to the same height if I'm not mistaken. I'm liking this so far. What?
I think so, yeah, because they've kind of stood face to face and they're about the same height.
Yeah, so I like it though. Like I'm liking this entire storyline. I'm curious to see what they do with Lio Rush now too, because I like Lio Rush.
Yeah. So hey DJ, what we overreacting about?
Reacting or potentially not overreacting about. I'm gonna call it overreaction weekend since it's not Friday. Unless you watch it on Friday, and then you can call it whatever you want to. But I'm trying to think of which one I want to start with. Let's start with Nobody Cares About American Alpha Part 2. Just saying. Like, let's be honest. It's a true statement. It's a fact. No. I mean, I'm sure somebody cares. These big old Shelton Benjamin fans. But I would say this is not an overreaction because I don't care about American Alpha Part 2. I haven't been interested in them since they arrived. I do like Shelton Benjamin. Don't get me wrong. I do like Chad Gable, but like I just think I just thought it was kind of dumb that they tag team to put him back in the tag team. That's basically the same tag team. Why? Like, but why though? And I'm not excited for them to challenge the Usos for the tag title. Not that I don't think it's gonna be good. I just think I'm just not interested right now. And it may be like the bar where I wasn't interested for like the first 6 months, and like recently I got interested. So I don't know. Casey, American Alpha Part 2. Overreaction, not an overreaction.
Not an overreaction. I mean, I like, and there's an echo. Why did echo? I love Chad Gable and I love Shelton Benjamin, but the problem, kind of similar to what you said, is basically American Alpha was the world's greatest tag team part 2. And this is basically the same thing again. It's cut and paste, same stuff. I don't know. I feel like it would have worked better. I mean, fan wise, I think it would have worked better if Kurt Angle was somehow involved in it and not with the Jason Jordan's father thing. Like if he was like Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin's like manager or something, I think
father
would be more into. I think people would be more into it, but I don't know. Like I said, I like them. I just don't like them specifically in this tag team as like a cut and paste thing.
They got to bring back Shelton Benjamin's mama and Kurt Angle as the daddy, and there we go. there we go. Anyway, moving on. Enzo Amore was never deserving of being the cruiserweight champion. I think this is an overreaction. I think people need to quit crying about how Enzo can't wrestle. I'm just saying. Enzo was pretty good as Intercontinental, pretty good as cruiserweight champion, I should say. And I think he did a good job with it. I think he was entertaining. I think he was funny. I don't think his match. I think he had like one match while he was cruiserweight champion. I think his match, or maybe it was two. But anyway, his matches weren't that bad. In my opinion, I'm all for giving somebody a chance instead of just judging them off of whatever I want to judge them on. But I think he did pretty good as champion. I mean, I think he was one of those guys that was kind of thrust into a single spotlight and actually given a chance to do something. And I think he did a pretty good job with it. I hope this isn't the last title run for Enzo, in my opinion. I hope not. Casey, Enzo Amore was never deserving of being champion.
Well, I'm gonna say sort of not an overreaction. I will say what he did with it and his run was great. It was. I just think, for one, he definitely does need a lot more work on his wrestling, because I'm not going to say he's the worst. We've seen a lot worse, but he definitely needs more work, I think. And I think when they gave him the title, I don't know if he was quite ready, but like I said, he was thrust into that. He did the best he could, and he did pretty good. Wasn't quite ready for a singles title on his own. I think he could have, like I said, give him a little bit more work in the ring, get him a little bit better, and he would have been great. But it was still good. It was still definitely good for what he was given. So yeah, overreaction, but it wasn't terrible.
Let's jump into the next one, which is, I don't know what I want to use. Which one I want to be last. Bray Wyatt is Sister Abigail. I think this is an overreaction. I think this came straight from Casey's mouth, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, I think this is an overreaction. I kind of like what they're doing with the Bray Wyatt and Sister Abigail thing. I don't think he's gonna like be some kind of like. I don't think Bray Wyatt's gonna be Sister Abigail. I'm just gonna put it that way. Um, I just think they're kind of portraying Sister Abigail kind of in the mind of Bray Wyatt and in the mind of Finn Balor. And I think that's why they did what they did. But I mean, I've liked Bray Wyatt a little bit more over the past couple of weeks with this whole Sister Abigail thing. Like I think, especially since he's been going against Finn, like I feel like it's made him feel like he's kind of getting back to his roots again. Like him, I would say that this is an overreaction. Casey, Bray Wyatt is Sister Abigail. You said it, so
It's not. It's bruh. Like with all the things that they could have done, like they could have actually taken anyone from NXT, anyone from
right.
Young Classic, and made them Sister Abigail. But no, they gotta put this man in a dress. And come on, man.
We knew there was a little bit more to this thing he went against Goldust with. That's why he was wiping the paint off of Goldust. He gonna turn the Goldust thing on it.
Bruh, like the
Shall we move on?
I mean, first of all, they literally buried him with John Cena. And then they had to re-debut this man. Now they got him in a dress. Bruh.
We don't know that yet. Anyway, we'll move on. We'll move on to the last Overreaction Friday, which is something I say far too often, but dang on, it's true. So that means I'm probably going not overreacting. There is no Shield without Roman Reigns. Now, this is not just my love for Roman Reigns. This is me combating everybody who just hates Roman Reigns for no reason, and feels like, and also it's kind of the guys who love Roman Reigns now that he's back in the Shield. Like that's where I got this one from, because I was talking with a friend of mine, and he was like, he was like, talking about how much he hates Roman and all of this, and he was like how he was excited that the Shield was getting back together, and I was like, so you like Roman Reigns now? And then he said Braun can replace Roman Reigns, and I'm like, well, Braun wouldn't even be who Braun was without Roman Reigns. I'm just saying, and he didn't say anything more. He kind of just shut up after that. So I got him roasted. But I don't know. Like I feel like I mean, I think the Shield wouldn't be the Shield without Roman, without Seth, without Dean. You pull one of those guys out there, I mean, it's not the Shield anymore. Like I as much as we love the tag team of Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins, did we not want Roman Reigns to join back in and then to actually kind of have the Shield go back out there? Of course we did. All of us did. Even the guy who hates Roman Reigns to his very core for no reason wants to see the Shield together in its original state. Like, let's be honest. So I think this is not an overreaction. Extremely not an overreaction, if that's a thing I can say. Casey, the Shield is not the Shield without Roman.
Not an overreaction. Basically, like you said, the Shield without any of those members is not the Shield. Like DX without Triple H or Shawn Michaels is really not the DX.
I mean, let's be honest. DX without the New Age Outlaws is not DX. I'm just saying. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
DX without X-Pac, DX without Chyna, DX without any of those guys is not DX, like fully. I mean, I was gonna say something about Evolution, but like, I mean, any of those teams without Triple H is not any of those teams.
True.
Yeah, it's any iconic team or faction without a member.
What that word you used now?
Faction.
What? Any iconic.
Oh, God. Any iconic.
Any song I can say that word, I gotta say it, man.
Yeah. So
Can't help
we can move on now.
it. We gonna move on then. You're gonna be like, and now it's time for next week's hype. No, okay.
I didn't realize we was done. I didn't. You didn't tell me all the anyway.
We
next
are.
hype, bro. Anyway, we got Sami Zayn's development into the heel realm. I don't know. Definitely excited to see kind of where they go with this, what they do with them. I'm curious, cautiously curious, because I mean, I think it's cool that he's finally in like a main event picture, but I hope they don't do anything like stupid with him or ruin him.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's WWE, so they gonna do that. DJ.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Sami Zayn's development. They're gonna change his name. Sami Zayn's development as a heel, I think, is gonna be interesting. Kind of like Jack Gallagher. I think we talked about this a couple weeks ago. Watching Jack Gallagher's development as a heel and Enzo Amore's development as a heel. Also, we got the Velveteen Dream and Aleister Black and how that's gonna play out. Just because, like I said, I'm liking the kind of playful nature of Velveteen Dream against the serious, like down to business nature of Aleister Black.
Yeah, and speaking of which, we excited for the development of Velveteen Dream and Aleister Black.
True.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. You got anything else to say about that, or was that it?
That was it.
Okay, all right. Well, that'll wrap up episode 9 of the Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast, the only podcast that has a show and then has like a hiatus in the show, and then we come back and
we were only gone for a week.
But you know, the fans, they've been waiting. They've been like,
sometimes absence makes the heart grow fonder. That's what we did. We were absent. You know how you absent from school and they be like, where he go though? It's like that. Justin though.
I ain't never had that happen because they was like, oh, you was gone.
they was like, Casey, my mom. Where he at though?
Anyway, we will be back on probably on the Tuesday for the weekly NFL predictions. And hopefully this week
We're gonna do them in French.
What?
We're gonna do them in French.
Yeah, we gonna do them in French. Hopefully this week isn't as terrible as last week was, cause, bruh, I don't know what's going on with the NFL this season, but bruh,
it's like opposite.
It's like what's going on is anyway, and then we got TNA. It's weird not having NXT and Dual Vibe Live anymore because I keep wanting to say that, and we don't got them as a specific show anymore. We
got 205 XT.
We got 205 XT. We got TNA. We got next week's episode 10, the season finale of the Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast, coming up on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, so get excited for that, and we will see you on the flippity dippity. I did not just cough during dippity. It didn't happen. Shut up. It didn't. Nope. Bye.